everyone, and welcome to Married to Survivor. What's up, Xchel?
Hi, Joleen.
Hi, guys. If you're joining us live in the chat, make sure you smash that like so we get those likes up. Let's set a like goal for this evening. Hype Man Husband Xchel, what are we setting our like goal for?
20.
I think we might already be at 20 likes.
I like them real achievable.
Okay, so we're going to set at 20 mods. Please let me know when we hit 20. Shout out to everyone joining. Oh, I didn't play the intro. I played the one without the reel with Tamar going, "Where Joleen at?" Next time I'll play the other one. I actually have a Married to Survivor intro, Xchel. I found on my phone that I made when we started doing this on Patreon. So I got to upload that to StreamYard. Hello, everybody. Just giving you guys we're 26 likes.
Oh, look, I did it.
We did it. Okay, goodbye. Good night. Good night.
Yay. Later, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Okay. Hello, Denise. Shout out to all my mods. Thank you guys for joining us. Shout out to my husband. We are here. Oh, we're at 30 likes now. Well, I mean.
Oh, no. That's too many for me. Thank you.
Xchel,
good night.
Have you liked it yet?
I'm on my way.
Can you hear the popo?
I hear you clicking. Okay.
Oh, no. Okay. All right, you guys. Yes, I did it. I did it. Hello, Gregory. Hello. Okay. So tonight we're going to be talking all about Survivor Season 41, Episode 5, The Strategist or The Loyalist, which aired last night. We'll get caught up with each other really quickly, and then we'll get right into this fun episode. Spoiler alert, I did not write notes, but I took some screenshots. So we'll share screenshots, and we will recap it that way. Now, normally, Xchel, we go live right after the episode airs on the East Coast, unless there's some kind of weird thing. Maybe sometimes we watch it in Central Time Zone, then we go live after that on Wednesday's episode. But why didn't we go live yesterday? Why are we going live on a Thursday about Survivor?
My friend wrote a script, and I got to go to LA to read it for him in front of a director and a producer.
Woo!
It was fun.
So we'll see. Maybe Xchel's going to get this part. Do you think you nailed it? I think you nailed it.
You know, I think it's like the actor thing to send messages afterwards. They're like, "Man, you killed it." But I don't know. They might find somebody else.
Did they tell you killed it?
Yeah, but that's, I think that's them being nice. I just don't expect everything. Skull! I don't expect everything to, if it happens, yay. If it doesn't, then that's okay. I got to read with someone that I admire comedically was there, and that was really cool. And I got to meet lots of really funny people from Second City, Chicago. So that was really awesome.
That guy, you don't have to name him if you don't want to, but that you got to read with, has he been in anything that people would have seen?
Yeah, Dan Bacadol, he was in a lot of stuff.
Wasn't he
but I got to see him perform him live, and that's why I like him a lot, because I saw him perform live way back in 2005. Yeah.
He's in, like, what improv troupe is he in that we used to see him at I.O. When they would maybe stop in?
Well, you are thinking about Craig Kakowski and Dasariski, which is a different group. But he would play with Miles Stroth at the Pack Theater in LA. Which
one is the guy who was the janitor on Scrubs?
Oh, that was with Beer Shark Mice, and I'm friends with Paul Valancourt, and he's on that team too. But that's a different one. They're really good.
So funny.
They just
oh my god,
have good rapport with each other.
Okay. So send Xchel all the good vibes. But really, we do this kind of stuff, and then it's just like a fun experience.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to get your hopes up, but I think it's also healthy to be like, if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, then that's okay. I got to check something off my bucket list, which was the most important thing.
Yeah, so we're proud of Xchel. So Xchel was in LA last night. He got in about 1 a.m. And then obviously we weren't going to go live at 1 a.m. and all you beautiful people would be sleeping. So now we're here, and I'm glad you're back. And this was
I want to say before we start, I ate at Dave's Hot Chicken yesterday. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I think the French fries are really good, but the hot chicken, I could have gone spicier. There's just a lot of food. That's why I gave it a little bit lower score than I would have. Thanks, Azarella.
Heard of Dave's Hot Chicken? Is that a chain?
It feels like it's starting to be a chain. I've seen them popping up different places. But it's
Was it on
basically
your drive home?
Yeah, I was gonna stop at In-N-Out, and I didn't want to eat In-N-Out because you were like, go to Sonic's, and I was like, it's just way too much work to get to a Sonic. So I saw the In-N-Out by the freeway, and then I was like, oh, Dave's Hot Chicken, good. I don't want to eat In-N-Out. I'll go there.
Yeah. Well, I love when I do my monthly show at the Hollywood Improv, I always stop at Sonic on the way home. I know it's not like good for me, but something about I never have Sonic. And so that's become, what I should say, always. I've done it 2 times in a row now. So I don't know.
I'm going to be at your next show, which is when, Joleen?
November 8th is my 5/6 year anniversary of the Mermaid Comedy Hour, the longest running all-female woman run show in Los Angeles. So yes, we'll be there. And I think my good friend Sherry Shepard might be performing because I messaged her and she's either going to perform at this one or December. She's checking. Sherry's busy. She's checking with her assistant. She just got done doing The View not too long ago.
She was on The View.
Well, she went back and she did like a full week there because, Meghan McCain's gone. The View is just, everything's very different now. Meghan,
I'm just surprised you were able to book her. That's awesome.
Sherry's like the coolest. The first time we put her up, she was just in the audience. And my co-producer was like, yeah, I'm putting my friend up. She brought a friend, Sherry Shepard. And I was like, you mean like the Sherry Shepard? And she was like, yeah, I guess Sherry Shepard. And God bless my beautiful co-producer was like, well, has she been in stuff? I was like, yeah, like everything. Okay. Not only was she a co-host on The View, but she's been in like everything. Great movie, top 5, great television show, 30 Rock, amongst so many other things. So then we went up to him. We're like, hey, Cher Bear, do you want to do a spot? And she was like, oh no, I just came to support. I'm like, but you're Sherry Shepard, so you can do a spot. And ever since then, I feel like we've been best friends. So there you go.
So when are you going to tour together? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. Listen, I think I would have to pitch something really good to Sherry. She's got a lot of stuff going on. Also,
this is how you pitch it. I will give you X amount of money so that I can perform with you.
Yeah, I'll pay you to perform with you. The biggest compliment I ever got was after I went up and did my set. And, Sherry, she acts, she hosts, she does all kinds of stuff. And she said, your set, Joleen, encouraged me, or I forget the words, like, encouraged me to start writing again and writing jokes and stuff. Like she said it in a way like that. I'm paraphrasing, but there was one joke I did that she was like, that was so like that inspired me to write again. I was like, Sherry Shepard, stop.
That's so nice.
Stop. So anyways, we're going to stop talking about our LA stuff, but we just thought we'd give you guys a little update on why we were not live yesterday. Okay. So if it's your first time joining us, welcome. Me and Xchel are comedians. We're married and we love Survivor, or at least I do. And I got my husband into it because once he married me, he also married Survivor, and now he loves Survivor. So
And I'm not usually this orange, but just so you know.
We got to get you a ring light. It's just time. I know you don't want one. I know, but it's
too much stuff.
You're only 37. You can have a ring light. I
like not ring light. I like orange skin. I feel like Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles.
All right, Michelangelo. How come you're not Chef Quinones tonight?
I think we were having. No, I think I was like, I'm Xchel now. And marital difficulties. And I was like, I'm Xchel now.
Well, Jamie asked, where's the buff? So every week, me and Xchel do a prediction, and whoever wins on their prediction of who is going to go home or which team is going to have to send someone home at Tribal gets to wear the buff. Turns out me and Xchel, both wrong. So when that happens, we both lose the buff. Okay? So...
Yeah. No buff for both of us. We were both exiled.
Exactly. Jamie, I'm 41. I got a ring light. So it's okay. Xchel can get a ring light.
I didn't say it's because of my age. I just think
I've
I look
said that.
Dang good. Oh, okay.
I was ripping on one of my haters who was 50 plus who had a ring light. And I was like, that's sad that you got a ring light to hate on a lady, but whatever. So, okay. Let's talk about this episode. Xchel's like, oh dear Lord, I don't want to hear about this. Okay. Let's talk about this episode. So we go right in to episode 5, the strategist or the loyalist. And right here we see the strategist and the loyalist. So Ricard being the strategist and Jeannie, who was my favorite player next to Shan, those are my 2 favorites, is the loyalist. Jeannie is just honest. She was one of your favorites. Number one being Brad, who left far too soon in Xchel's eyes. Far too soon.
Brad for president. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I think we've had a Brad president before. I'm pretty sure we've had a couple Brads. Okay, so we see them coming back after getting rid of JD, and now they are the smallest tribe in the game. And
I've never seen a 3-person tribe without merging. Have you? Or like some kind of reconfiguration? This is the first time I've seen it.
I feel like I have. Let us know, you guys, the last 3-person tribe you remember, if any at all.
Yeah.
And I'll highlight it up here. Also, if you do want to support the channel, you can do Super Chat, go to Patreon, or just give this video a thumbs up so that we can populate in the algorithm. Okay, so they are talking about, tribal, and Jeannie was like, I was worried, but I kind of knew that they would come through. So I'm happy that that happened with Shan and Ricard. And it seems like they're this little threesome. However, we know they're not.
Mm-mm.
We know that Ricard and Shan are the strategists, and Jeannie is the loyalist at this point. Okay.
Yep.
So then all of a sudden we see Jeannie, and she's like, I found an idol.
Yeah,
Jeannie,
she went to go look for water, and she told everybody she's going to go.
Yeah, she goes, do you want to do coconuts, and then I'll go for water? And they're like, yeah. We're going to talk crap or whatever. You go. So Jeannie heads off. She finds the idol. And I'm like, yes, Mean Gene Okerlund. Like, thank you. So Jeannie finds it. She finds Brad's, it turns out. But she runs back and she tells her new allies.
Well,
she's the loyalist.
Yeah, but she also said when she's going to get water, she's also going to look for the idol.
She did. She's very honest.
Yeah, she was trying to be like, hey, I'm honest. You want to keep me? I'm so honest.
I'm the most honest, to the point where this is going to be problematic for my game. But that's the love of Jeannie. For the love of Jeannie, she just kicks stuff and she's honest, and I adore her.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously today I'm a little sad. Okay. So they talk about this advantage they find, I should say, and they decide not to open it. They decide we'll put it back, and they put it back. So then Jeannie heads out in her brassiere
to feed them.
To feed them. Yeah, she's fishing. I love Xchel. My favorite thing is when someone wears a very functional, like, bra. Because I would for sure sports bra it. I mean, I know they don't get full say on what they wear, but Jeannie's got just the, kind of comfy yet still wired. I would not go with the wired bra because you'd be wearing it all the time. So definitely try to go sports bra.
It's easier when you're younger, though. Did you ever take off your bra in your 20s and you're like, like as much as you do now?
Did I take off my bra in my 20s?
Well, when we met, you were a super virgin, which is you don't kiss or hold hands with anybody.
Okay, so Cody is telling us when we've been down to 3, and the brains in Kaguya. Okay, so I remember that one also went down to 3. So did Braun. Okay, in Koorong. Okay, thank you guys. You guys are like I love it.
Our historians, survivor historians.
For real. Okay, so Jeannie's out there, trying to feed the fam. I don't know if this is a picture of Jeannie or if this is Sydney. Either way, it's Sydney, but we'll pretend it's Jeannie. Okay, so just like Sydney, Jeannie's out there fishing, and that is when Ricard and Shan are like, well, maybe we could, just like take a look at it.
Yeah, let's go look at it.
Like a peek. We can see what it says, and then we'll rewrap it. Okay.
Yeah.
So they do. And they open it, and it's the same one as Brad with the same sayings. Sometimes I just think broccoli is just the tops of trees of dead people. Is that what it is? Broccoli is dead people. We're paraphrasing, but you guys know what I mean. Butterflies watch you poop. Watch your dead relatives watch you poop.
Waterlog.
Broccoli is dead people. Waterlogs. Okay. So they go check it out. They wrap it up. Jeannie comes back. What's up, guys? Yeah, cool. I just love how we all trust each other.
We totally trust each other. And then they're like, hey, by the way, Jeannie, we should say the thing out loud, not because we opened it, but because, we're gonna find out if the other people have it. And then they also put a bracelet in it, so that they could fake someone out in case they did find it.
a fake idol, and they're like, oh, we're really gonna get like Shan's feeling a little like, ugh, and Ricard is on board. He's like, this is Survivor, let's do it. Here's my bracelet necklace, let's put it in there. And she's like, okay, I guess that's what we're doing. We're gonna fake idol her. Okay. And Ricard's like, yeah, me and my ponytail, we're gonna do that. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Okay, so they now know, and now technically Shan has the idol, and now she's got 2 advantages because she's got JD's extra vote. So then she gives Ricard, I think at this point is it when she gives Ricard the extra vote, and he says he'll give it back.
Yep.
So they're just spreading out rewards, and again, we're not at a place where
they're working against Jeannie.
Yep. They're working against Jeannie, and we're not at a place where everyone has technically. So here's where she hands over the extra vote, and he's like, wah, ha, 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 ha. Which, hello, leverage. Got to have something.
Gotta have
the same way Shan played JD, Ricard's kind of playing her at this point. And she's thinking, I can play him back, but we'll see later. Can she actually play him back? So Jeannie is just feeding everyone, being loyal, and these 2 strategists are strategizing the duty out of each other. Okay. Then we see the Little Mermaid, aka Sydney, who says she's a self-proclaimed mermaid. Let me tell you, I loved seeing Sydney out there with the spear catching fish, because
you did.
This is because it's another thing in Survivor. We don't see a ton of women doing this. And so I love to see it, because it's not that women can't do it. We just normally see the guys doing it. And the fact that whether you love Sydney, you hate Sydney, wherever Sydney stands right now with the fans, this is really cool. It's the same way you love how Kelly Wentworth finds idols. It's the same way, because women find less idols, and there's all these, things. So as
I feel you're cheering for a certain gender in Survivor.
Yes, as a Survivor feminist, I think it's really cool.
When's the last time a woman won? Survivor historians.
Yeah, Survivor historians. Well, I could easily just pull that up. Obviously, a woman did not win our last season, Winners at War. That was Tony.
Okay.
And then the season before that was that Tommy, and then the season before that, I don't know.
So you think a woman needs to win this season?
I don't think needs to. I'd prefer it. I'll be honest. I would. I love a woman win.
Okay.
But if the good Survivor player and they get to the end and they're deserved, you know what I mean, and they plead their case, then that's the way it is. Sarah in Game Changers back in 2017. Okay. So Sarah, that's 4 years now without a woman winner. But technically we had 1 year off.
Oh,
it's not not horrible, but women get cut before 4. And that's what happens in these reality shows and these competition shows. A lot of times, that's why you don't want to be the pick me. That's why Evie speaks of this season, saying, I do want to work with the women because I know that women get cut.
Yeah.
Before the.
What if she gets cut by a woman then?
Then she gets cut by a woman. At least she got cut by a woman,
Okay.
It's a little less cliche. Okay. A little less stereotypical.
I think that's more stereotypical for the women to cut each other.
Well, no, but here's the deal. Because she wants it where it's all women. You know what I mean? So if she goes to the end with these women, if a woman goes home, a woman still wins. Do you know what I'm saying?
What if there was a final 3 of all women, and then Jeff said, okay, I win. And then he took the prize money, and that was it.
Jeff?
Yeah.
Jeff takes the prize money every season. And sometimes he takes one of the players with him back in the day. That's back in the day, Jeff. He might
really?
He dated a player here or there. I heard.
Did he marry a player or no?
No, not that I can think of. I don't think so.
His player days.
As Ashley says, you hear the men talking about how women get together when that's the least likely alliance. But every Big Brother season, every Survivor season, they're like, the women are talking. We should take them out right now. We might want to drown them.
That's what happened in Luvu after this fishing scene. Is all the men got together and they're teaming up.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what happened, Xchel.
They're syncing up with their periods and also with their teammates.
Yeah, that's it. They're on the same cycle. They're witches, and they are going down. So we see this moment of Deshawn and Danny, who I find delightful. I really do love this too, and I love this pairing. And I love what we're going to see next. But they're like, are we going to throw it again? Or are we going to try to throw it? Even though when we tried to throw it, we couldn't even do that because these other teams are not killing it. And then all of a sudden, Rashid, what's his name? Rashid. Why do I always have a problem? Nasir. Gosh, darn it, Joleen. Get people's name right. I love Nasir.
I love this photo you took of him because he looks kind of like, huh? Like he's like really surprised. Well, you talking to me, Nasir?
He shows up, and I love Nasir because Nasir is so positive, and he brings a smile to my damn face when I watch him.
I like him now.
Oh, I like him. He's obviously like social wise, it's like sometimes he's with them, sometimes he's not.
He's awkward.
He thinks he might always be with them, but he's not. But he's just so damn happy to be there, positive, and he's so darn good at just the surviving part and also the competitions. And he's one of those players who's like, I'm gonna have a really hard time throwing this.
And he even brings up examples of like, hey, people usually throw it, they're out the door. Let's not do that. Let's be chill about this, guys.
And I think he does have that added pressure of like, my daughter's watching. And as we learned, his daughter, Xchel, what did his daughter do to get him ready?
Told him to get out of the house and survive off the land by yourself. And don't you come back until you're a champion. I think that's what she did. And then also hide idols in the backyard for him.
That is the cutest freaking thing. I am in love. I am in love with Nasir and his daughter. Okay. And he was like, I don't think we need to throw a challenge. And Danny and Deshaun are like, well, then we could get Eric out. So he's like, well, I don't think we need to go about that. So I just love that Nasir's like, yeah. And then they pretend to kind of be like, okay, cool. Yeah, we respect that. Yeah. And then they're really like, we're not working with him.
Yeah. Well, he's and his confessional was all like, man, they're starting to work with me. This is great. I love it. They're starting to come to me. Nasir, number one. You know, like
he's just so cute. And like there's something about Survivor players that you don't always see in Big Brother. Maybe it's because we have live feeds and we're just tuned into them more. We see the good, the bad. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them all, and then you have the Big Brother live feeds. But with Survivor, you know, you only get so much in a episode, so much in the edit. And so these players, some of them really just are joyful freaking humans.
Especially me, Nasir. I have a daughter and I empower her. Yay.
He does. And maybe that's probably why I like him a lot too. Jamie B says he reminds me of Tony, the way he plays. He is all over the place, but I would say he's a little more, I mean, Tony was still positive and stuff, but I think he's much more fun. Tony was fun to watch because you were just like, what's happening, Spy Shack? But he's a joy. He is a joy. Okay, Jelly Donut says, I have a little tea. Laughing my ass off. Sydney is even providing off the show. What are you talking? Tell us the tea. Tell us the tea, Jelly Donut. We love you. Tell us. Spill that tea.
What does it mean she's providing? Like she's dating somebody?
Which maybe that's a sexual innuendo. We don't know. Christina says Deshaun, being a Survivor fan, knows it's not good that Luvu hasn't gone to tribal yet. Deshaun's really smart. Luvu members will be easy targets come the merge. Yes. Okay, so let's get them likes up and let's see this tea. Okay, so Jelly Donut says Sydney posted during filming. What? Specifically, a leg injury. Fast forward to Wednesday morning, she posted a spoiler saying, happy 5-month anniversary to me injuring my leg. Part 1. Doesn't Survivor have a pretty ironclad, like, you don't mess with this non-disclosure or you're done and we'll sue you and we won't have you back? Because there have been people who have either posted with other survivors or other, of their tribe members post-season, and they've gotten in trouble or said things. So very interesting.
Whoa, so she's not going to be a part of this next season then? Or
part 1.
Rest
this
of
is
the
just
season?
Part 1 of Jelly Donut's tea spilling. So she during filming, specifically a leg injury. Fast forward to Wednesday morning, she posted a spoiler saying happy 5-month. Oh my goodness. Oh, you heard it wasn't Survivor related. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So maybe we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, probably doesn't violate the NDA because they're pretty strict on that. Okay, so here we go. So we're moving along.
So if I was on Survivor and I got voted out first, could I be on Instagram and be like, man, can't believe I won Survivor, because technically it's not true, right?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think
okay.
they pretty much say, don't talk about this stuff.
Oh, okay.
Don't you talk about this stuff.
Got it.
You know, don't you talk about this stuff. Okay. So then we see Liana. She is going, her and Tiff are like, let's go through Xander's bag. And they're like, yeah, cool. Let's go. Let's look at his advantage. Let's see this stuff. So she goes in there and she takes a look and reads it. And then there's talk of maybe burying it. But she puts it back as far as right? There wasn't they didn't do any funny business other than read it, right?
No, they just looked through his bag.
Yeah, which is common Survivor practice. Don't love it. I love watching it, but as a Survivor player, I would hate that. And this is all the while Xander and Evie.
It seemed like it was Tiffany's idea. I don't like how they edit Tiffany. They make her seem too like when you're too eager to play Survivor. Like, you know how like she's either too suspicious or she's like, I don't trust that person. We need to look through his bag. Like, it's crazy, you know?
Mm-hmm. Jelly Donut says part 2. This was resulting around the challenge with slingshots. So literally all of Reddit was like, Sydney is an early boot. She was practically confirmed to be 4th boot. Jelly Donuts. Good tea. We'll see. Good tea. We'll see. That's how we'll go. We need merch. Good tea. We'll see. Okay. We'll see what happens. But thank you, Jelly Donuts. Much love for giving us a little bit of tea. So they're just talking. And this is when Evie's like, maybe we should like tell the rest of them. Because Evie's like, I'm working with the ladies. You don't know that. But let's just like tell them about your advantage and stuff. I trust them. And he's like, I trust Tiffany, but I don't trust Liana. And I'm like, why don't you trust Liana? What did she? I know Liana's doesn't really, but why would you trust Tiffany more? Tiffany trusts you less than probably Liana does.
Mm-hmm.
However, Tiffany did want to get out the surgeon dude more than she wanted to get Xander out.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that has something to do with it. And maybe he knows a little more and we just didn't see it in the edit. But I thought that was very interesting that he was like, I trust Tiff, when really they all know Tiff is in her business. Like she reads through bullshit and deals with a lot of young men and kids or stuff lying, right? What is she like?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even, I forget what she does. But
I think she deals with like troubled youth is what Xander was saying.
Okay, so obviously Xander's very troubled. He's not. But, you know. Okay, thank you, BK. Yeah, she just read it. You know, they're just looking. That's what happens on Survivor. Okay. All right. So then they have their little talk. And he decides, okay, I'll tell Tiffany. I don't know about Liana, but it's like Liana already knows, but you just don't know, bro. You just don't know that Liana knows. Okay. So then Tiffany, look at this is classic Tiffany face. She's intense. Tiffany is intense.
She's really intense
lady. Okay. She's got those intense piercing eyes. Like I would find it hard to make that much eye contact and also lie to her. Anyone who has those intense eyes, I'm like, oh, okay. I gotta look at her.
She can see your soul.
She can see my soul. She looked into my soul. She grabbed it. She cleansed it. She put her ideas in it and then threw it back in my body. Mm-hmm. And they're like, all right, we'll get rid of him or something. This is a conversation where they're just kind of like, yeah, screw Xander. Big deal, you know? Okay. So then let's see what other screenshot I got here. Is this, okay, so they're still at the well. This is a long well trip. Obviously, I found a lot. I wanted to really.
You really loved this scene. You were really enthralled by it.
Wells, we got Xander, who still cannot vote because he has an idol, but the trifecta of idols have not been found. So, you know, Yase can't vote. Okay. Then, this is what happens when I don't take notes, but I'm just, okay, so here we go. So he comes back.
He agrees to tell Tiffany. Yep.
Yes. And then Xchel hated this, and I loved it with every fiber of my being.
I don't think people should make faces to the camera when they're lying to somebody. It feels so like clownish. It feels so just like respect the player enough that like you don't make him look like a fool on television. So I didn't like that she was making faces at the camera when she was lying to him. I think that she then comes off like super cocky, but I think that to me, the way she's edited is like super suspicious, and I think she'll be sent home soon. So
I love that for the audience. Same way I love when Big Brother players talk to, not Cliff Hogg talk, where they're like, "Hey y'all, my son, here's the plan. I'm gonna yell it, and then my son needs a job. Can you go to the LinkedIn? I think he's LinkedIn. Find him on LinkedIn. Thanks." And he's like suffocating Orwell, the owl, which we didn't see this season. So, but I do love it when it's done right, and those little looks to let us know that that he's BSing, even though we could get that in a side interview. I still like it. Xchel does not like it, but that's kind of our personality. I'm sassy, you're sweet.
I'm sweet.
So you look at it as if you're doing that when someone's talking to you, you're like, yeah, that's disrespectful. And me, I'm like, oh, that's just shady enough for me. I like it. Okay. Part 3, jelly donuts with the tea. Allegedly, she didn't even injure her leg. What? This is a conspiracy theory. She faked a whole cast and everything to troll with the fans, laughing my ass off. She played all of us. She then posted on socials, haha, love trolling you. Sydney might end up being really, really fun.
Yeah. I think you like Sydney. I want Xander to do well because he's just so jovial. But I also think what hurts him in this is that he's so. I think he's not old enough to be tricked enough, so he's not suspicious enough. Xander. I think he's like he trusts Evie completely. That's why he told Tiffany. But it's like he's not playing with enough like suspicion of everybody.
Yeah. I mean, he's young. I love it because she's been there, done that. And yeah, he's strong and he's winning a lot of stuff, but she's like, you're not pulling one over on me, sir.
Yeah.
He's rolling her eyes because he's telling her, I just found this idol today. And she's like,
yeah,
sir, Evie told me. Liana knows. I know you don't know that, but don't shit the shitter. Okay. So then
he did lie.
Right.
I'll say that he did lie.
He did. And he has every right to lie because it's a Survivor and you shouldn't tell everyone everything. But then she's like, well, she wanted to make him look kind of dumb, get him caught in something. She's like, well, show me. Okay, so you got this. All right, this is cute. This looks cute. Looks like something you get on vacay. All right, awesome. And then, then she's like, wait a minute. Let me read the note. Let me read the thing. That's weird because you already said your butterflies are dead relatives watching you poop. So you're lying, sir. Like, she doesn't say it like that, but she's just giving all these looks, and I'm loving it. And he's realizing, oh crap, I'm caught in a little fibber. Look at this, Tiffany.
That's a bad screenshot.
I didn't mean I did her so dirty there, but Xander, he's so young. He is like, oh, did I? Okay.
He's young enough to think he can trick like your parents, where he's like,
exactly.
Like, my hand's not in the cookie jar. And it's like, dude, I see your hand. It's straight in the cookie jar. You're in trouble. Like, he thinks he's trying to be really smart, but he's not.
He's almost similar to like a Joe. Have you watched any of the Joe seasons? Spiral perm hair Joe yet, Xchel? No. Where he's so good at camp. He's so good at the challenges, but strategically not good. And he gets played every time and he gets used up and thrown out. I feel like he's going to be kind of similar to that, but this could just be Xander's age at this point. He's just such a young little baby, but so is Liana. Yet she's a strategist and smart. So it's either that's why it's loyalist versus strategist. I just don't think he has it in him, the guy, but he is killing it, in comps and stuff like that. So then he's like, well, okay, I didn't want to say anything. I'm sorry I lied. And she's like, oh, no big deal. And then she's like, it's a big deal. And so he basically just outed himself. And then Tiff, again, she didn't have to do much. And she's like, okay. Yeah. Okay. So you already got it. All right. Well, still a little weird. I'm going to lift up my arms. Here's my armpits. Strange. Okay. Strange that you are allowing this lie to continue, but you did come clean. Here's where he's like, ugh. And you can tell by his body language too. He's like, sorry, mom. I did have a little Captain Morgan with my friends at the park. And then
that's totally him.
He's again with his mom. Thanks for being so cool. I'll never drink again, while she's getting ready to ground him for the rest of his life. Okay.
So true.
So they walk off into the sunset. And this is my favorite, I think, of the screenshots. And right here is Tiffany. Let me just pull it out here where she's like, this kid is not fooling anyone, especially Mama Tiffany. She was not having it. She was not having it.
It's a
at all.
Xbox remote.
Yeah.
What the frick?
God, what was that again, Chell?
It was a kid ordering a bong, and his brother recorded his mom finding the bong, and she's like, "What is this?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. I just ordered an Xbox remote." And then he took it out. Yeah.
Remote.
He was like, "I didn't order this. What the frick? What the frick?"
It's like a teenage kid, and his mom's like, "What? This is about what the frick? I didn't order that. What the frick?" And he was so guilty, and that's exactly what Xander was. So then we go into our immunity challenge. Obviously, Shan, Ricard, and Jeannie are asked, like, you are the smallest tribe. There's only 3 of you left. How does it feel? And this is where they had their talk, where they had talked to Jeannie, and they said before this, and we mentioned it a little, but where they said, let's just throw out the saying and see if it's the same saying Brad had. Because by this time, Ricard and Shan knew it was the same saying that Brad had because they had opened it. Jeannie doesn't know that. She's like, yeah, that couldn't hurt. That sounds nice. I trust you. I trust you guys so much. Okay. Trust you. And so sure enough, throws out the saying. Ricard's like, Shan's struggling. She's a vegan and it's hard on her. And she's like, yeah, I mean, I'm starting to think broccoli are just trees bound together, ready to murder you. Anybody else? And that's when little Xander is like,
well, they set up Xander like it's this crazy thought. Like Xander was saying how like butterflies are like tree people, and he's like, actually, I said this, so it was like trying to help him. Yep.
Yes. Shout out to Super Chat. Thank you, Big Brother Bri. I haven't seen you in so long. Much love to you and Busy. With you guys 150%. We know you know our situation, which isn't a situation. But much love to you, Big Brother Bri. Keep your head above it. Thank you so much. Stuff happens. Thank you, though. Thank you so much for the Super Chat and the words of kindness, as my husband's like, what? What is that about? You don't need to know, Chell. It's crazy banana stuff, okay? Cuckoo people. So then the best part of this whole shout out to Big Brother Bri. Go support Big Brother Bri, by the way. Okay. So the best part of this whole thing is when our beloved chimes in. And Nasir's like, oh my God, you know what? I don't even, he said it with he's the only one who has delivered their line believably. Where he was like, I'm confused. I feel like a goat on AstroTurf. And I'm thinking, okay, I don't quite know what that means, but I believe that he would say something cute and funny like that. And he delivered his line very well, because if you guys don't know, he found an idol. We talked about it earlier. So you guys do, you do know about his finding of the idol. I think I might have maybe skipped. I know we talked about it. So
no, we talked about because we talked about how his daughter hid idols in the back.
Yeah, and just how cute that is. They're just so cute. I'm in love with them. Okay. So Jeff's like, okay, all right. I love how Jeff's just leaving them all hanging out to dry. Okay, weirdos.
Yeah.
Love to you.
I've never had a cast crazier than this one.
For real. You guys are, is there peyote out here in Fiji? For real, sir. Okay. So then we go into the, did I show the screenshots of when he found it and he talked about his daughter and all that? It was just so sweet. Can I just look how happy. This dude is pure joy. I'm sorry. He is just so joy. He's so
excited to be on Survivor. Yeah.
He's so excited. And he's freaking joy. I'm obsessed with this guy. Sorry. He's joy. And then he kisses it and he's like, my daughter's gonna be so proud of me. And I'm like, she will, sir. She will. Okay. So back to the challenge at hand. Are you his
daughter or something?
I'm having daddy issues. So this is triggering. Okay. This is triggering. All right. So then they go into their immunity challenge. Okay. Again, 2 tribes, first 2 to finish, get immunity. Third, last to finish, tribal council. So they have one of those rope. Would you be good at this, Chell? The undoing the rope?
Undoing, yeah, but not the lifting my body so I can get on top of the thing. I wouldn't be good at that part. The first part of the challenge.
I think I'd be good at the second, not the first. You got the first part lifting yourself. Then you got this second part, you get the key, and then you take the key over and you unlock all these sandbags. Then you take the sandbags with a slingshot and you have to sling it toward targets and be the first one to knock over your targets. Okay.
Mhm.
So Nasir is clearly in the lead as Ricard and Shan struggle a little bit. And then Nasir isn't doing so well anymore. So then Danny steps in, but then Danny does, I think he maybe gets one, misses one. I can't remember, but it was a fun competition to watch. And Liana, she's killing it here. And then, excuse me, I have to sneeze, Chelsea. So you carry. I tried
Bless
to mute
you.
it. I tried to mute. I was like, I don't want to sneeze.
That wasn't a good job at that. That's for sure.
I was like, so sorry, guys. So sorry. Exactly, Big Brother Brian. Exactly. In a friend's garage. Exactly. That's a garage drug. Okay. So they're doing a great job. And ultimately, the first place team is Yasa.
Mm-hmm.
So Xander comes in after Liana kills it in this part. Xander comes in and Xander is hitting those targets and they get first place. And I love seeing this because at this point, these women have taken out the men of the tribe. And so it's the three women and Xander, and they seem to work well together lately on these challenges. And I love to see it. So then it is between Ricard, I think, at that point, and Nasir and Danny jumping in. Ua and Lubu, thank you for reminding me. And let's see, what I got? I got a shot here of Zandy. Look at him. Oh, he's all in with that pretty hair.
Zoom out on that. There you go.
Joe 2.0 with his pretty hair. Just
nice.
Like, got this, you guys. I got this. And here's the little targets that they got to hit, And so Yasa killing it. They celebrate. And I'm just like, yes, ladies. And Xander, get it. And then Nasir, I mean, it's his day. It is this man's day.
The last competition was his too, so it's been his competition.
He talked his team out of throwing it, kind of. He found an idol, and he won this competition, and he pulled the last competition. He is just the survivor hero edit at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is a winner's edit. Do you see anyone getting a winner's edit? Are you okay, Chell? I feel like Andy Cohen last night on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills was yawning, and Dorit goes, "Am I boring you, Andy?"
Did Andy say yes?
Well, I wanted to be like, "You're boring me," but he didn't. He was like, "No." So
I liked your impression video. It was good.
Thank you, husband. So do you think anyone? Let us know in the chat. Do you guys think anyone is getting the winner edit at this point, or who is getting a winner edit? And thank you for blessing me, Chell. Who would you say is getting a winner's edit?
Nasir, Evie,
Evie, I'd see that. Shan, yeah.
Shan. That's about it. One for each tribe right now.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I'm always bad at the winner edits. Xander at first. And BK says it's because they're throwing. Well, yeah, you're right. It is because the other guys are throwing the competition. But that is a good point, BK. But it is still like coming from that, I refuse to throw anything stance. Nasir has to carry the rest of it. So Nasir, yeah, he's getting a winner's edit. Yes, I think so. Shan, yes, definitely Shan. I mean, Shan is amazing, and we're gonna get to that. Okay, so then, so sad that now we're going to be looking at the either Shan or Ricard or my dear Jeannie going home. You can just see Shan. She's like, oh God.
Yeah, I'm sick of voting people out. She's got PTSD of the tribal council.
Right? Okay. So then they say to Yasa, they go, you got to pick two, one from the losing tribe, and then you can pick one from your own to go on the hike, the 3-hour hike for the protect your vote or not advantage. And they pick Shan. And then Liana volunteers herself. And this was one of my freaking favorite parts of all of this whole season is seeing these
Really?
two women. Yes. Okay. There's so many good things about this edit and this thing. Okay. So we have Liana, who's younger, college student. Then we have Shan, who's 34. And my first thing is they're walking up the, the mountain, the hill, or whatever, getting to their little advantage challenge. And we hear Liana be like, "You're 34. Oh my God, but you look so good." And I love that from a college student, because in college, when you're in your early 20s or late teens, you're just like, "Oh my God, 34. That's like a real
Feels
adult."
so
It's
far away.
feels so far away. But now surpassing 34, I'm like, she looks younger than 34, but 34 is not old. So it's so cute when I see someone young like Liana be like, "But you look so good." And Shan's like, "Thank you." And they really open up. And Shan basically is like, "I, from day one, wanted to work with you as two women of color, as two Black women. Like, I vibed with you. And now that we're talking, I'm vibing with you even more. Let's share our games with each other." So for the 3-hour hike, they share their games with each other. And there's even a point where Shan's like, "If something happens to me, don't trust Ricard, because he is my number one, or my person," or however she worded it. And then Liana sharing her information that she has with Shan, and then once the merge happens, they definitely want to look out for each other. They want to have each other's back. They want to roll together. And I am here for these two powerful boss queens who are killing the game so far to work together. Then they have Xchel. So not only strategically are they bonding, but then they start bonding on this emotional level of them getting to the top. It's a beautiful view. And I think Liana was the one to mention, my mom would love this or something. And Shan says, "Me too." And then Shan shares the story of her mom and how she passed away 2 years ago. And Liana's reaction is so visceral, and she really is like an empath. Like, she feels it, and she starts crying like, "I'm so sorry," and listens to her story about her mom. And then we see little flashbacks of Shan's story. So Shan saying that her mom was an addict and struggled, throughout a lot of her life. But for the last 5 years she was alive, they got really close. And Shan kind of fell into the wrong crowd, I think, as she put it, to where she was involved in gangs. And it was one day she went with a friend to church, and that was, where she found her salvation, for lack of a better word. And she was on a different path in her life. And I'm not like a huge, like, "Oh my God, mention church," but I love to hear a story like that. It's beautiful. And then the fact that Liana was genuinely interested, and these women had bonded in this 3 hours, and they're sharing. And she's like, "I've spent all these 10 days with, Ricard and Jeannie, and I haven't shared as much as I have with this woman." There's just certain people you connect with in life. And so I just thought this was so beautiful. So not to, I'm just like so emo tonight, but I just loved it, So the beautiful Liana's just like, "There's nothing like your mom." And then I want to start sobbing, because I'm like, there is nothing like your mom. There just is nothing like, I know that doesn't ring true for everybody. Some people don't, they don't get the mom they deserve. You know what I mean? Some people get the short end of the stick when it comes to moms. But it was just this great moment of like sharing this true story. And that's what I love about survivors. They get to these points, and you get to learn about them as people, and then they're able to share their stories and however they relate, despite Liana still having her mom and maybe not having anywhere near the same experience of that. There is still a shared experience with them being two Black women on the show and just in life. So it was just so nice and so beautiful, and how they had each other's back, and then they freaking cried and they hugged, and it was just like, God, I need a Kleenex, I need a bubble bath, light me a
Jolene's
candle,
all
give me a
about
donut.
hugging. She's like, as soon as they started hugging and talking about moms, I loved it.
You're talking about moms, women, powerful women supporting powerful women, people, seeing like representation on the show, and seeing women not coming for each other and actually supporting each other. You might as well I just got my period watching this show, because it was just so, it was so nice.
They're sinking all the viewers as well. We got to vote these women out.
Yeah. And just knowing that, also sad but true, that they got to keep it on the DL, because people will just suspect, not only because they're women, but because they're two Black women, they're probably working together, and then they'll target them. because
There's
of
this
that.
joke I heard once about women sinking. It was from a woman, and she's like, "I have the alpha coochie here. I'm making all
You
these women
said that?
sink to me." Yeah, that
Oh
was so
my,
funny.
not the alpha coochie.
I love that line.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. I got the alpha coochie. Kyler says she got the mafia pastor confession. Yes, we see like pictures of her being a pastor and how involved obviously she got with her faith and stuff. So it was so good. It was so good, you guys. I love this kind of, I don't care if it's cheesy. I love this kind of shit on Survivor. I'll add a swear word to kind of, be cool. I'm not cool. So here's beautiful Shan doing what she does now. It's her and her mom. So we get this little backstory. And I thought it was such a pertinent backstory. It was so amazing to see. Like, Shan is a 34-year-old super awesome woman who has life experience, and she is taking that into this game, and she is not going to dull her shine for anyone in this game. And she's going to strategy, and she's going to do what she needs to do, because this is Survivor and you don't owe anybody anything but yourself. To get yourself.
Did you notice in this episode they put her song to like music? They actually like played it on piano in the background. Yeah, you know the song she sings when she's doing something like devious.
They did
in the game.
How did I miss that?
It was when her and Ricard were talking.
Okay, so back to strategy. They then, because this is still strategy, their relationship they've developed and the trust and all that. Again, it could all go to shit. We don't know. But at this point, it's great. And Shan stands by what she's going to do. And she says, okay, you take the advantage and I will protect my vote so that you get the advantage. And that's great. She's like, Leon, you need it. Plus, I need my vote right now. I can't not have my vote. There's 3 of us left. So they leave, having formed this wonderful little alliance that we're going to see grow and see whatever happens to it, once the merge happens.
Well, okay? Shan said she wasn't going to take the risk, and so she gave Liana the risk. And Liana got like one of the best advantages in the game, which is
what was it?
If you ask somebody if they have an idol and they say yes, you can take that from them at Tribal, which is crazy.
Yes. So she can ask anybody, and do you have an advantage? Do you have an idol? And like Chelsea said, they have to give it to you. So at this point, she knows Xander has it. So if she just wants it from him, all she has to go is, Xander, do you have an idol? And he can't lie. Or do you have this advantage? And then give it to me.
Yeah. There's like an idol for the idol. It was crazy.
Right? It was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yes, the personal segments are usually me too, Kyler. I love that shit. I
just like that the personal segments are all like, I'm lying to this dude. I got him. He's tricked and he's out of here. And then they're like, when I was a kid, I was going through a hard time, but then Survivor was the only thing that kept me going from failing school. But I'm a real person, and here's my sad story. And then back to the game. Get out of here. I tricked you with your fake idol.
I love it. I love it. It just goes to show, like, it's a game show, but we all got stories behind it, And yes, Laura, knowledge is power in this game, and that's what they gave her. They gave her the knowledge power. Okay. So, I can't wait to see it happen either, BK and Leon. Getting
the surprise on people's face.
At it. Oh my God, how fun. I love seeing, but we got to get people to start using things now that we have the trifecta, all the idols have been found. Hopefully we can see some stuff start getting used. So she comes back to the camp, and that's not a good screenshot, Joleen. Sometimes I'm just like watching the screenshot.
We're pushing an hour here. So I'll take over the last bit. Does that sound okay?
Yes, Xchel, because I will go on forever about
I noticed.
How I feel. Okay. All right. Okay. Only a husband can call you out for that stuff.
Yeah. So Shan finally comes back to the island of Ua, and she's worried because she hasn't been there. They're going to be scheming, Ricard and Jeannie. And of course, Ricard was like, hey, Jeannie, we should vote Shan out, which I thought was, producer fluffed BS. Because there was this scene between when Shan got back, she was like, let me pitch you guys first. So they had to go separately talk to Jeannie and Ricard. And Shan found out from Jeannie that Ricard wanted to vote her out. And then when she approached Ricard, she was like, give me back the thing, the double vote. And he was like, no, because then you'll kick me out. I'm not dumb. And so there was kind of like this weird, awkward tension there. And I feel like it was all like producers being like, you can't be on the same team the whole time because that's not good TV drama. And basically, Jeannie was just trying to sell her way as a loyalist. Like, I'm loyal to you guys. That's what you want. You don't want another strategist because he'll cut you, And so then we go to.
Let me shout out the super chat real quick. Thank you, Lisa C, for the super sticker. Appreciate you. And I think Natalie makes a good point. Liana and Shan are the new Tiffany and Hannah from BB23. Yes.
Okay,
Love
cool.
it. Love that comparison. Okay.
So then we go to tribal, and then Jeannie just keeps trying to say, hey, I'm loyal. Don't kick me out. I'm totally loyal. And then no one uses this dumb die that I want everybody to roll. And then Jeannie gets voted out, and she doesn't see it coming, but we all saw it coming. So
I'll be honest. I thought maybe I thought maybe Shan would get rid of Ricard because down the line, it might be a little harder. And she obviously, the thing she said to Liana, which is like, didn't she basically tell Liana, like, don't trust Ricard?
Yeah.
If I'm gone.
I'm gone, yeah.
So maybe just that was out of respect, out of like, he's such a good strategist. But at this point, she had to pick. Who does she want? A strategist going into the merge, or does she want someone like Jeannie? And I can understand that in the point that Jeannie might she is loyal though, but maybe she wants someone who's going to be a little more cutthroat with her going forward. But yeah, everyone's saying Xchel describes it perfectly, and Ricard and Shan pretended to have issues for TV.
Yeah, because you can't go in the tribal and be like, oh, I know Jeannie's going home. Like, that doesn't work. And Jeannie should have been smart enough to play her die. I mean, you're only on that show like one time. Of course, if I was Jeannie, I would have played my die like 3 Survivor tribals ago. So like, we just want people to use their powers. Like, this amass wealth of power is boring. So
right, and why not? I mean, there's 3 of you, so there's a high probability you're going home. You're not sitting in Shan's power position. So play your damn die, Jeannie. As much as I love you, I'm very disappointed you didn't do that. I still love you.
And that's the problem with the loyalist. If you play as a loyalist, you just trust what other people say. It's boring. It's like you have to play with some type of suspicion. You can't just be loyalist the whole time, or else you're just going to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, no, that is true. That is true. And I like to see a balance of both while watching the game. But definitely this is something where I was like, no, Jeannie, wake up. Mech says, is it me or is Xchel more into the show now than Joleen? Xchel is like, I'm telling you, he binged in the Panakuchen, and so he knows his shit. And I'm very emotional when it comes to watching this show. Like, I get drawn into the emotions and the relationships, and I think you do a little, but I think you'd be a little more strategy. I don't know, you'd have a hard time cutting people.
Me?
So.
Well, did they hurt a friend of mine from before, like a teammate? Because then it'd be easier.
No, I'm talking about like your allies, or once you knew someone's backstory, you would have a hard time because it
would be easier if I knew the backstory. I'd be like, all right, good. I know who you are as a person. Get out of here.
But if they have like a sweet backstory, but then also you got to cut them at Survivor. They can't get them to.
I'll be like,
get them in front of the jury.
Vote Nasir out. His daughter's giving him an advantage by helping him practice. We didn't get that practice, right? Jeez, vote him out. That's what I would say.
Yes, as Brooke says, please roll the dice. Nanya says Jeannie deserved to go for giving up an advantage. She was my favorite.
Yes.
Yeah, she basically found that advantage and let them talk her into putting it back and not opening it, giving it up. I mean, I love you, Mean Jean, but yeah, you can't come in doing that. Okay.
She wasn't Mean Jean. She was Green Jean. Too green for the game.
Too great, too sweet. Remember that from like wrestling? It was like Mean Gene Okerlund or whatever.
Yeah, I remember.
Wasn't he an announcer? Okay, I wasn't sure.
No.
If I was just, I'm speaking to myself. Ashley says, Xchel first boot. Joleen pre-merge, Xchel first boot. There we go. So yeah, so then we see previews for the next episode. And
there's
it
a merge.
looks like we're gonna a merge, but then Jeff goes, but it's not really a merge. So what is it?
Oh.
There's gonna throw in one little sneaky new thing as they've been doing. Now, do they have to find 3 idols? Do they have to find 3 advantages before they can merge properly? What's going to happen? What's happening?
I think that you can't be on the same team as someone you've been with before. So it's like all new teams.
But I thought they weren't going to do the swaps. I thought they were going to just go right to merge. Okay, Jelly Donuts has some tea on the merge. Feel free to share, Jelly Donuts. I would love
Jelly
to hear
Donuts
that.
on top of it.
I know. Are we doing a battle back? Do we have an Exile
Whoa.
Island situation? I don't know, because Jeff did mention we don't know if it's jury yet. Remember, he mentioned that at Tribal, he was like,
I did the TV clue, and it took me to the website, and then you have to solve the clue. And this week's was learning curve, right? And then what it does is it asks you to solve that clue that you see on television. Then you have to solve a word puzzle, and then you get a hint of what's going to happen next week. And the hint was, would you send an ally or an enemy to Exile Island? So I think that there's an Exile Island coming up.
There's an Exile Island. Oh my God. Did I like the Steal It Advance? Yeah, I did. I liked it because Liana got it, but
I liked it, but it's like, come on, use it. Like, someone use something. This is boring.
But she can't use it yet. She can't use it until she goes to Tribal, right?
No, I know that, but I'm saying, like, roll a die or play a double vote somewhere. Jesus, this is boring.
Sorry, Christina. She's like, bro, I'm going to close this chat. I don't like Survivor spoilers. Sorry.
Sorry, Christina.
That's why we try to warn you before I say it out loud. But, okay. So you did the thing, and it sounds like there might be.
Yeah, they have this, like, you can put all the puzzles together at the end, and you probably, it's like, hey, train to be on Survivor while you watch Survivor. It's like a website.
Okay, spoiler alert. I'm going to pull up Jelly Donuts thing here. So if you don't like it, or if you haven't already seen it, sorry, guys. It is allegedly similar to Survivor Fiji, where they technically merged, but it was two teams initially where one team won and the other went to Tribal. So they're merged, but this is a small twist.
Well, okay. Jelly Donut, do you work for Survivor? Be honest. Be honest.
Is this Jeff? Probes in our, thank you, Probes.
Yeah, Jeff watches our show specifically.
I agree. He does. He loves us. I agree, BK. I can't wait to see this kind of thing happen at Tribal, because it's very exciting that it has to happen right then and there. Similar to someone just pulling out an idol that you had no idea on a complete blindside, or someone uses an idol so perfectly like Parvati has in the past, where you're just like, and here's one for you, Jerry, and you're just like, and a who and a what and a so this will be fun. However, I worry that maybe, I don't know if Liana's going to tell Evie. I don't know if she's going to tell Tiffany. I think Liana's too smart to tell Tiffany, but I hope she is, at least, you know. So all right, some people love him, some people hate him. Xchel, your tribe has spoken. Your tribe has spoken. All right. So there you go, you guys. That is, we're right at an hour. Xchel got us right back on track, because you know me, I'd have us here for 2 hours probably. And
that's too long for my back.
I know. Episode, we gotta get you a better chair and a ring light.
No,
we are.
I'm okay. It's good that I don't have a good chair, because then it's like, oh, I have to get up and walk around.
That is true. That is true.
Haru asked earlier if I made you cookies for you and Busy Blue.
Yes, Xchel made me and Busy Blue cookies, and he made us chocolate walnut. Okay, so not only did he make us cookies, Xchel, what did you make us?
Chocolate chip walnuts. They were good.
Yeah, but you also put them in a bowl.
Oh, ice cream? I mean, that's not really me doing it.
And whipped cream. I don't know. They were homemade delicious cookies, and then me and Busy sat and watched Potomac and kikied and ate these damn cookies up and ice cream, even though Busy didn't even finish his. I was like, no wonder you're like in good shape and skinny. And I was like, can I get yours? Can I get yours, sir? Can I finish that? No, Xchel, definitely. What was it like having me and Busy?
It's like two of the same person, so it's like, I'm gonna go to bed now.
We're a lot. Like, it's a lot of sarcasm.
I'm glad you guys are friends, but it's like, okay, I have a Joleen. I only need one.
All I can take is one Joleen. Yes, when you have Busy, and Busy's even more than me. Like, oh my God, he's so funny. So it was really fun. Definitely, he made us dinner reservations. We had great sushi. I'll do a little vlog on it on Joleen Vlog, so make sure you guys are subscribed.
Did you film the cookies on your vlog?
I didn't, because I was so like just wanting to hang out, so it was
Wow.
hard for me. And then we did go live. I'm so sorry.
So funny when we're hanging out, you're always blogging, but you know your friends in town. It's like I gotta put down the phone and be present.
I am only vlogging like when I'm going to comedy shows, going to Michael's, going on vacays. I'm not just sitting here going, chill, talk about breakfast. Even though I might start doing that. So yeah, oh, you fangirled, Ashley. Yeah, it was so fun. I can't wait to see Busy again. Chell and I were talking already about heading out that way. One of his best friends lives out there and near Busy. So Miranda's out there. I mean, all the peeps are out there. So I
All your
definitely
friends
want to
are
go
out
back.
there.
They are. I do love the East Coast. I do love the DC area. I love all that. But it's expensive. It's like even more expensive than LA.
Yeah.
Someone said, I noticed that too, Chell. Do you guys think someone will go home next week with an advantage idle in their pocket? I hope not, girl loves. I hate that. Unless it's someone I don't like, then it's funny.
It's Brad 2.0. I can't have that. It's too close to Brad.
Chell is still mourning Brad. Ranch dressing Brad. Rancher. Rancher.
He's my favorite ranch dressing I've ever seen.
Okay, so let's do our predictions to see if anyone is going to get the buff. Chell, who's going now that we're merging? Let's just say, who do you think?
3 people again.
Okay, 3 people.
You go first.
That could possibly be going home. I'm gonna say, God, I'm going to say Erica.
Okay, that's your first one. My first one is Xander.
Okay. I'm going to say, gosh, who am I going to say? It's so hard because I feel like I only know one team and where we're at there. Ricard. I'm just going to say that.
Oh, that was a good one. I was going to say that one next. Okay. Next. Deshaun.
So I have Erica and Ricard. You have Deshaun and Xander.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to say Heather.
I will say Tiffany.
Oh, that would be. Oh, she's gonna throw a fit. She will. I love how everyone's like, "Who's Erica?" Erica's the one on Lulu, right?
Wait, who's Luvu? I've never seen him in Tribal. I don't know who that is.
They keep winning. They've never been to Tribal. Like Ricard was saying, are you really even playing the game? Like, you don't have any experience that we have. We've been here at Tribal. So Erica is the one that was trying to put a target on Sydney, but it backfired when she told Deshaun that. Deshaun went to Sydney and Danny, and they were like, oh, looks like we got to target Erica because she was saying, I'm downplaying my gameplay. And then they're like, we know what you're doing. So she came at it a little too hard. So yeah. Okay. Jelly Donut has Evie, or I'm sorry, Eva, Evie, sorry, Erica.
Oh, 2 of those are yours. That's really good.
I have to remember what mine are, but we always look to the end of the episode.
You said Ricard, Erica, and then Heather? No, something with that.
Yes, Heather. Mm-hmm. And Heather is the one who our lovely Denise said, that old lady sitting out again. That still cracks me up because it just, she was like, oh, well, I mean, obviously it was just funny because that old lady, she's not old. And Denise knows that. It was just funny the way she said it. That was the only way she could describe. I know. It's like 5 episodes. We still don't know all the players. It's a expedited season. This is what's happening. Okay, you guys, thank you so much. Make sure you smash that like, and if you could leave a comment after this post, it helps us so much so that we can get out to other Survivor watchers and they can see us, because this YouTube algorithm is cuckoo bananas. So just leave a comment like Chell was great or whatever. You know what I mean? Joleen was okay. However you feel. We can ask a question.
Wow.
We'll ask a question. Sorry, we'll go. Which 3 people do you think are at risk of getting voted out at Tribal next episode?
Ooh, who's gonna get? Is it our historians? Are they gonna get the buff, or are we gonna get the buff? We'll find out.
If we lose, you guys will give you the buff ceremoniously. We'll give you the buff. But put that, Jamie B. Thank you so much. Put that in the comments after this video post. It'll post as soon as we end it. Shout out to my mods. Thank you for the super chats, you guys. Thank you to my husband, Xchel. We'll be back next Wednesday. Tomorrow I will not be live with Nana because she's still on vacation. She's at Graceland. She's seeing Elvis.
She's eating barbecue in Memphis.
She loved the place you recommended. What was it called?
Central Barbecue.
Central Barbecue on Beale Street.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. She's having a great time, and then she's headed back, but a slow head back because they're driving and they're stopping at stuff. So she's having a good time. So I'll probably do some kind of live or something because I have so much things I have to talk about with housewives. But until next time, you guys are beautiful, wonderful pumpkin spice babies. Love you, Xchel. Bye, everybody.